Hi, BrenTech here, where tech is made simple. So back in September of last year, I let you know that Google had started testing a new Windows app, where Google had launched a new experimental Google app for Windows in its Labs feature, which is an experimental side of the different Google products and services. Now, just to let you know that as of yesterday, the 14th of April, Google now has upgraded the Google app for desktop and is now available for Windows users globally in English, with Google saying that it brings the best of Google search right to your desktop. So using Alt and Space, if it's available in your system tray, which it will because it's set to start on startup with your device, there we go, the Google app for desktop. Now Google says that AI mode is built right in, so you can ask whatever's on your mind and get helpful AI-powered responses with links to the web. So basically it's got Google Gemini built into the app. And it also places an entry into your start menu on both Windows 10 and Windows 11. So you can launch it from your start menu or just use Alt and Space. There we go. So now how this all works basically is Google says you can access everything from the search box. And by the way, just on a side note, it is resizable. You don't have to go for the default size. And it can be moved around your desktop, which I think is great. So basically, Google says you can find what you need on your desktop, including information from the web. So yeah, apps and websites from the web, files on your computer, and also Google Drive. And when you do install the app, you will have an option to be able to get files from Google Drive or not. So that option is available to turn on and off when you first set up the app. And then next up, Google says you've got screen sharing, where you can select a specific window or your entire screen to keep asking questions without breaking your flow. So you just click on screen share, entire screen as an example, and you can ask anything about what's on your screen. Very similar to Gemini Live on your mobile phone as an example. And then it's also got a lens built into it. So you can also select and search anything on your screen, Google says, making it easy to translate images or text, get help with homework problems, and so on. So how this all works, let's just select that Windows logo. And there we go. It gives me an AR mode, AR generated response regarding what's on my screen using Google Lens. So how you would get your hands on the Google app for Windows is you head over to this website, which I'll leave in the description for you, and you click on download the app, and then obviously you head to your download location, and here's the actual Google installer package, which is 10.9 megabytes in size, 11 megabytes, so it's small. You would double click on that, and then it's a very similar process to how Google sets up the Chrome web browser on your device. And then you would just follow the prompts. You'd have to sign into your Google account. You'd have to choose an account. And you follow the prompts, and that will set up the app onto your desktop and your system. Now, something to take note of, that it does place the app to automatically start on Windows. So if you don't want that to happen, you would have to head into your apps, startup apps, and yeah, you'll see Google Windows app. You'll have to toggle it off like I have. I don't like things to start unnecessarily if they don't have to on my devices. So this is set to on by default. So you turn that off if you don't want it to start with your system boot up. Now, although this is a fresh change for Windows users to have a Google app on your desktop if you're tied into the Google ecosystem, personally, I don't see what it can do that Chrome can't do. Because if we head to Chrome, we've got AR mode, we've got Google Lens, you can search, and you've got AI generated summaries in Google search. So at this stage, there are, I think, about 2 things the app can do that your browser can't do, your Chrome web browser can't do. You share your screen, and obviously having direct access to your Google Drive files in a desktop search. Obviously, if you're in the browser, you'd have to log into Google Drive. But nonetheless, just giving you guys a quick heads up, if you are tied into the Google ecosystem and this is something you'd like to get your hands on, Google app for desktop now available for Windows users globally, only available in English at this stage as mentioned. And just take note, if you close the app, it still runs in your system tray, which gives you that Alt and space quick launch functionality. But if you want to shut down the app completely, you'd have to right click on the icon in your system tray and click on quit, and that will shut the app down completely. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.